hey, it's us. And where else would we be but here? Because we have to be. We've had memories of the war together, and we've talked about it a lot, and spent some time over drinks, but not even by choice, by necessity. But where else would we be but here? Where else would we be but here? If nowhere else? Could you imagine yourself anywhere else, to be realistic? Yourself.
Myself is always here.
Exactly.
At least wherever I go.
Wherever you go, you are. Because yourself is always there. And so, even if you're not happy about where you are with yourself, the fact that you're there at all means that you are who you are.
That would be the ultimate deciding factor of whether or not you are.
Yeah. Because where you are depicts where you are. And like who you are, what you do. So, you actually have to look at your surroundings and think about who you are. And realize that that's why. Well, but that's not always why you're where you are.
Oh, no.
Where you are is not always dictated by who you are.
Where you are.
Unfortunately, that's the thing.
Where you are might technically be.
Not who you are.
No, but who you should become. You know what I mean? Because your place of being isn't always necessarily, where you want to be.
Yeah.
But
I feel like it never is.
No, but it could technically be where you're supposed to be to become the person that you want to be. And technically, eventually be in the place you want to be.
As long as you understand why you are where you are. And as long as you're willing to see where you are, realistically.
As long as you're willing to accept that you're not necessarily in control of where you are, but you are where you should be at every given moment in time. Because you're not... It's that weird duality between, like, consciousness of self and, like, the inner processes that our body has, you know what I mean? That, like, go on, beyond us, and that happen, like sleeping or being hungry or like being tired or your muscles being sore or these things that, like, your body deals with without you being like...
You don't think about it.
Yeah, it's
but it affects you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's like being able to understand that happens naturally in the earth and that you're in this, like, weird fabric of different things that are all happening among each other, and, like, you have to just kind of roll with it.
You have to be in the fabric.
Yeah, dude, once you kind of weave yourself into the fabric, you really start to just kind of you just start being more, like, down with where you are.
You have to weave yourself in, though. You gotta see the fabric and know where you are and straight weave into it.
Dude, yeah.
That's so true, dude. That's like the time you said fully in the grass.
Dude, it's a limbic river. You just have to learn how to ride the wake.
It's weird because everybody else has their own quilt as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's
the best part.
That's the craziest part, is that everybody has this straight up entire quilt.
Dude, I seriously was watching this. I was watching probably actually a couple of them. Like, little short documentaries on, like, the fourth dimension and, like, all this different shit that's not necessarily just pertinent to that, but, like, a whole bunch of different stuff. And, like, last night, like, one of the things that they said was, like, your consciousness is, like, what dictates reality. It's not matter. Like, matter isn't real. It's not a thing that it's not a compound, like, part of what makes reality. You know what I mean? It's a byproduct. It's something that we, as a conscious being, accept as a part of our reality. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the universe isn't made of matter, it's made of consciousness.
Yeah, because you choose. There's a positive and there's a negative side. You have to literally choose how you look at it.
It's a dude. It's like a crazy
and because it
fractal
changes,
maze.
and it's like not. It can't be measured in a plane. It's so 3-dimensional.
Yeah, dude. That's another crazy thing that I was watching last night is like technically the way that they had described it in like a multitude of different documentaries is like the fourth dimension. The way that we like in the third dimension we perceive everything in 2 dimensions because we can't technically see the third dimension because we're living in it. So we notice like and like a 2-dimensional object necessarily only experiences in 1 dimension because it can only travel in 1 dimension at a time. And so, like, technically the 4th dimension is just created and exists in an infinite amount of 3-dimensional objects. It's, like, so crazy. It can see, like technically...
But does that mean that it can change?
No, not necessarily. It can just technically see and hear and, like, experience
It can
more.
see? Are you serious? Is it a person?
No, but one who would be existing in the 4th dimension.
Is the 4th dimension real?
A 4th dimensional being.
Is it real?
Of course. And technically there's an indefinite amount of dimensions because in this theory they all divide and multiply each other indefinitely, but theoretically there has to be an ending somewhere. But it was fucking crazy, man. I don't know
so we live in the 3rd dimension.
Yes.
What's the 4th dimension of our 3rd dimension? Is it a different us? Is there another us? Because if there's another us, would they have 2 other dimensions in addition to that 4th?
Well, the dimensions...
Because then that would be straight infinity.
It would.
Because their 4th dimension